video about factoring for two binomials with a common term. So, if you see a quadratic equation that looks like this, you'll know how to factor it out into two binomials. Okay, so let's get started. Let's say I have x squared plus 2x minus 15, and I'm asked to factor this. First thing I do, put myself two sets of parentheses. Okay? Since I have x squared, I will put in x in the front of each one of those, because x times x is x squared. Alright, I have a positive and a negative here. Okay, what I want to do, I want to come off to the side here and think, what times what will give me negative 15? Well, I know that negative 5 times 3, because a positive times a negative is a negative. That's a negative 15, right? But these two factors, when they're added together, must equal this middle term, positive 2x. Negative 5 plus 3 gives me a negative 2. So that's not going to work. But what if I flip my negatives here and I said positive 5 times negative 3, that's negative 15. Now let's add them. 5 plus a negative 3, or 5 minus 3. There's my 2. So I want to use 5 for one of my factors in here, plus 5, and negative 3 for the other factor in here. Okay, let's check it. Make sure this is going to work for us. Okay, remember, hop over, crawl under, FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. So let's hop over. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Alright, let's crawl under. Multiply 5 times each of these terms. 5 times x is plus 5x. 5 times negative 3, positive times a negative is negative 15. Alright, now we just combine our like terms here in the middle. Negative 3 and a positive 5 is going to give us a positive 2x. So we're right back to what we started on. We checked it. Yes, it works. So our two factors here are going to be x plus 5 and x minus 3. Okay, what if they ask us to, what could x actually be in terms of equal to 0? Let's take this x plus 5 and make it equal to 0. And then over here, let's take our x minus 3 and make it equal to 0. Now let's solve for x. And then we could see x could equal this, or x could equal this. Okay? So the goal in solving this is to isolate my unknown x. In order to do that, I need to get rid of this positive 5 here. Well, if I have plus 5 and I want it gone, I can take it away, right? Minus 5. So I can take 5 away, cancel it out. But anything I do on one side of the equal sign, I must go over to the other side and also subtract 5. So what you do on one side of the equal sign, you have to do the exact same thing on the other side of the equal sign. Therefore, I now have x isolated, and 0 minus 5 is negative 5. So x could equal negative 5. Let's do the same thing over here with this x minus 3 equals 0. Well, if I want to get rid of negative 3, the opposite of negative 3 is plus 3. Cancel it out. But if I add 3 on this side of the equal sign, I must come to the other side and also add 3. So now my isolated x, and 0 plus 3 is 3. So x could equal negative 5, or x could equal 3. All right, let's do another one. All right, let's see. Let's do x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, let's factor that. Put your two sets of parentheses and x at the front of each one, because x times x is going to give us x squared. Now we need to figure out what goes over here. Well, I have two positives, so everything's going to be positive within here. 6. What times what equals 6? Well, let's think about that. We do know that 3 times 2 equals 6. Do these two numbers added together equal our middle term, 5? 3 plus 2 does equal 5. So those are the two numbers that we will use within our parentheses. X plus 3 and x plus 2. All right, let's check it. Hop over. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Crawl under. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, the two middle terms are going to be like terms. It means we can put them together. We can add or subtract like terms. We have 2x and 3x. All together, that gives me 5x. So, going to have x squared plus 5x plus 6. And that's what I started with up here. So we know that we have checked it and we're good with that. Now let's see, what could x equal here? Well, I have x plus 3 equals 0, and I have x plus 2 equals 0. All right, in order to solve for x, get rid of my 3, plus 3, the opposite, minus 3, cancel it out. Also have to subtract 3 from the other side of the equal sign, because what I do on one side of the equal sign, I must do the exact same thing on the other side. Now I have x all by itself. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Okay. Come over here to x plus 2. Get rid of this plus 2, subtract 2, and cancel it out. Go to the 0 and also subtract 2 on the other side of the equal sign. Have x isolated. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Therefore, x could equal negative 3, or x could equal negative 2. Okay, I'll have some work up on Google Classroom for you guys to do and to practice this skill. And I will see you all on the next learning video.